Hi, my name's Leigh Pond, and since our last trip to Pittsford Reservoir, I've had a few emails back about the washing line. We mentioned it a few times while we were fishing, and I don't think we didn't really describe on how to use it. So I'm going to give you a really brief description on how it goes together and what to use, and then we're going to get on the water and give it a go and try and see if we can catch some fish. The basic principle of the washing line is two boobies, one on the top dropper and one on the point. Top dropper booby, which is this one here, which is a two-tone booby, size 10, pink eyes, real attractor fly. That obviously sits on the surface. And then on the point, we have another booby. Hang on, let's try and find it. I'll give you the spacings of these flies in a minute. But let's just show you what we've got on the point, which is the furthest one away and the one closest to us. This is what they call a JCB booby. Not many people know about these flies. Well, this particular one, it's a competition fly designed by Mark Rooney, who's a digger driver. And the reason it's a JCB booby is because at the time he had these big eyes and this flashback, white flashback on the back of it, and obviously the colour, he thought it looked like his JCB, so that's how it got the nickname. It's funny how these flies get their nicknames. So you've got that on the point, and then in the middle we've got two more nymphs. Doesn't matter what you're using as far as the nymphs are concerned, it depends on the time of the year, where you're fishing, what the fish are on, etc. But today I've put on a UV cruncher. That's on a size 10 again, just to get it down a little bit quicker. UV cruncher this time of the year always works really, really well. The third fly I'm using is a black dowelback with jungle cock eyes. It's probably one of my favourite nymphs, regardless of the time of year. That always takes fish, no matter where and when. It's going to catch them today, I can tell you that. So, that's it. That's what we got on. We've got the 4 flies. Let me show you the spacings. Let's get some line out off this reel a minute. That'll give you a good indication of how you should space these out. Put them down on the floor. Now, there's the end of the fly line here. Can you see that? Got it? So my first fly is one good armful. So it's probably 6 foot, I would say, to the first fly, which is the booby. Yeah. The next fly, which is just under an armful, So again, around about 4 foot. That's to my black dowelback, but as I say, you can use any nymph, it doesn't matter, whatever the fish are actually on that day. Again, the next fly, about the same spacing again as the one before, around about 4 foot again. That's my UV cruncher. And then on the last one, a good armful. Basically, that should work out around about 22 foot, roughly. And of course, you can always judge what sort of length of leader you've got by using your rod. Pull the fly line all the way through to the top, and then just hook the line round, and you can see whether you're up to 20 foot because your rod's 10. Now, what that actually does, the idea of this, is that the washing line speaks for itself. It does exactly what it says on the tin. You've got a booby suspended on the surface, floating on the surface. Then your line drops below it, just like a washing line. So you've got that one on the point, and then you've got your two nymphs suspended below it. So that's that one, that's your next one, and obviously your last booby is suspended on the top. So basically, it's giving you that sort of effect in the water. Now you can fish that absolutely static, literally just cast it out and leave it because your nymphs are working. Sometimes the trout will just come up and take those boobies static anyway, but I find that it's normally better sometimes just to give them a quick pull. As soon as you cast out, give it 1, 2 quick pulls, and it just pops those boobies on the surface and it attracts the fish. It always does. If there's a fish around there, it'll hear that pop and they'll just come around and just investigate. Now, they might not take that booby, they might have seen those like 6 or 7 times before, different anglers, different conditions, but they'll see those nymphs move away from that booby and bang, you got one on. Simple as that. Well, it sounds simple. We'll try it. We'll give it a go and see if we can catch some. Well, we've just gone back up to the top end of the drift. We just fished this whole length of yacht club frontage down with very little success, to be quite honest, just that one fish. Few fish started to move just as we was getting halfway down the drift. And then just as quickly as they was there, they disappeared again. But I guess that's fishing. I've changed tactics to this washing line. I've not had a touch on it so far, but I'm going to persevere with it. We're just going to do one more short drift here. If it doesn't work out, oh, he's back on again. I was just going to say, isn't that just typical? Well, there you go. Maybe we'll persevere here just a little longer. This obviously seems to be the spot. Just as I was just hanging those flies there, boom! He took it. It's not a very big fish, but it's an indication that they are here. He swallowed that. Nowhere near the same size as the last one. Camera. This could be a fatality. Ooh, he's a stocky, all right. That's a shame. I think. Oh, lucky fish. Go on, away you go. Yeah, one, go on. He's going, he's gonna go. He's gonna go. We fished this whole area with the bung and never had a touch on it. Whereas as soon as we'd gone over to this washing line, took two fish almost sort of straight away really. So it just shows you, it's not necessarily, I mean, same sort of flies, all right, that one was on a booby admittedly, but it's just the presentation, I guess. Just want to make sure that you don't, these flies turn over. Nothing worse than it going in a heap on the floor, or on the water even, not the floor. Okay, I've got a feeling there's a little pod of fish here. I'm just going to fish that real slow. I mean, that fish that took that booby just then, that took that almost, well, it was static. I had a little tug from it, left it on the hang, and it just devoured it, literally. Right down the back of its throat. Wanted it. I'm just surprised I'm not getting any takes halfway back. Oh, there he is. I was just going to say there's a fish behind me, but it just took that. Excellent. And that's, I don't know what that's on at the moment. Oh, that's a good fish. That's going. Whoa, that's really pulling, that is. Look at that. Whoa, it's going to take me onto the reel in a minute. Whoa, stay on, stay on, stay on. That's a proper fish, that is. Look at that. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're on the reel, we're on the reel. Don't want to play him on the reel particularly. I'm so used to playing them by hand. It's a good fish though. I was right about this little area. That's going well. Wow, that is going well. Take me back onto the reel again. Now it's either a really, really good one, or we got him up the arse. One of the two. Oh, he's coming towards me real fast. Having a job keeping up with him. Oh, we're still there. He's still there. I don't think it is hooked up the backside. I have to chase it in the boat in a minute. This is not the type of fish you can bully in. You know, when they're as strong and as fit as this, you just got to take your time. I'm just feeling below the surface, just shaking his head, trying to get rid of that hook. Shaking it from side to side. I can feel it all the way down the line. Jag, jag, jag. Oh, he's on the... Do you know, it's really not that big, that fish. That's incredible. It's not. I can't do anything with it though. Look, it's running. It's not that big. It's not bad, but it's not huge. It's not a 5-pounder or anything like that. That's what you've got to be careful, is you don't get the top dropper stuck in the top eye of the rod, because if you do that, game's over. This fish will just run and snap my 8-pound line like cotton. Trust me. He's getting there, but wow, he's still got some power. My God, these fish are so fit. They're on steroids, I'm telling you. He's just going and going. It's a rainbow, that's for sure. I will need to stand up to get him in. Oh no, it's a good fish, it is a good fish. It looks about 4. Look what it's done to my droppers. Made a mess of those. Well, what a fight. What a fight. Oh, that is a good fish. That is a good fish. It's bigger than what I thought it was, actually. Oh yeah, she's nice. Nice fish. Very nice fish. That's 4 pounds. Yeah, it's about 4. It doesn't look so big there, but when you see it below the boat, it's just hooked in the side of his mouth as well. Dodgy position. It's got to be tired now, surely. It's been on for a good 5 minutes. That's really just in the side of his mouth. Horrible position. Don't like it. I'm going to net this fish when I can. I'm not going to mess around with it. Oh, yeah, bugger. Yeah, he's just seen the net. Come on. Come on. You're man! What a lovely fish, look at that. Let's take the hook out in the net, leave him in the water. Oh, that's beautiful. See the booby in the side of his mouth there. Oh, that's a lovely fish. Beautiful Pittsford rainbow. That's close to being 4, just under I would say, but completely fit. I defy anyone to tell you anything different, that rainbow trout fishing this time of the year is not the best in the world. Let's slip that one back. We'll let him recover for a minute or two. Go on. Oh yes. And what we're going to show you next time out, I've devised a different method. It's not a new method, it's something that's been used by coarse fishermen over the years, for many, many years in actual fact. But just a different concept in fly fishing. It's really just, all I'm going to do is put a buzzer on a hair rig. know it sounds pretty crazy, but sometimes when you get these fish and they've seen every single fly in the box, I found that this particular method picks out the real spooky, finicky fish, and you can have a good day and catch a few fish when you might have had a blank. So this is the concept of it basically, is the hook is outside of the fly, which is exactly the same method as a hair rig for carp fishing. The hook I'm using is a size 16 chemically sharpened hook, which is extremely sharp and very, very strong. It's used for carp fishing. But as you can see, that buzzer looks absolutely natural. There's another one. You can actually get these buzzers so they actually, you can bend them so they actually look as though they're actually wriggling still. I mean, a lot of people think it's probably like coarse fishing, and I would say the best method to fish that is underneath the bung if you want the honest truth. But you could also fish it on a floating line, static, cast it out with a heavy buzzer on the point and just let them just sink down, don't move them, just keep up with it, literally just keep up with it. Or fish it again, as I say, on the bung. But I found that the takes that you get with this method are absolutely explosive. They take it as a natural. They've got no fear whatsoever when they're taking that fly, which is exactly what happens with a hair rig. The fish can't see the hook and just suck it in. So that's what we're going to try next time.